Hey YouTube, coming at you with an Ultra League team that I played a few weeks ago, and I used the Cobalion Virizion backline. I had seen this backline was very popular in previous seasons. Basically, you used Cobalion to draw out a Giratina, and then you can still get a couple stone edges off, and then you punished it. I forget what the Pokemon was. I just used jellicent, so I'll tell you why in 1 second. But they use a Pokemon that could beat Giratina, and then Virizion roams free in the back. So that's how the team worked. I forget what they. Maybe it was like an A9 tails or something. I forget what the actual front Pokemon was. So I wanted to try the backline. The reason I used Jellicent, and you're gonna see one of the teams in here that I beat, was because somebody, I don't know which creator made this team, but it was a Poliwrath double poison line, Drapion and something line. Drapion and another poison skunk or a second poison dark. And that team, I saw that team like 20 times over like 3 days, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna build this Cobalion Virizion backline with Jellicent to deal with that team, and I have a battle against that team which I beat, but overall it's a strong team because the Cobalion backline, Virizion core backline, works in itself. Jellicent can beat Giratina, plus it's just a bulky dominant Pokemon anyway, so 3 strong Pokemon. So let's get into some battles. Articuno, I forget what range I was in when I did this. I think it was probably still closer to the 3000 range before I started tanking in, because this was in the Ultra League, so this was before I started tanking in the Catch Cup. So I'm in okay position here. I end up catching here because one, I tried to catch a grass knot, resisted, and two, because you can't really leave the back line open to a bunch of stuff like flyers will cause this back line a bit of problems unless you can land a stone edge. Giratina, right? If I see a Giratina, I'm going to be really like huge trouble. So caught in the Cobalion. Cobalion's a safer one because I'm running stone edge on it and I'm not running stone edge on Virizion. I'm running leaf blade. I enjoy running leaf blade. But again, Sacred Sword, Leaf Blade, you're going to get killed by Giratinas, Charizards, stuff like that. So that's why you just need to kind of try and draw one of those out with Cobalion and then Jellicent to beat that. So that is fine. Taking a Hydro there. Leaf Blade is going to one-shot for sure. Goodbye. Articuno, I'll get the Sacred Sword off. This is still neutral because they are half ice, half flyer. Still neutral. Good chip. I think I'm going to stay in and force them to throw. Probably shield and then switch out into Jellicent. I'll be interested to see if I throw the Sacred Sword. I'm guessing I just go straight into Jellicent here. Yeah, that makes sense. They come in crest, but I am still loaded with energy from when I caught on my Cobalion. So, goodbye. Now, we both have a shield. The thing is, I don't really need to worry about any moves. At best, they have Ancient Power, which isn't going to do a ton to me. Going straight Shadow Ball. I'd probably expect them to shield here. Yeah, because the Virizion doesn't really threaten. It threatens a little bit. I'm going to shield back here because I'm going to get a Shadow Ball off to take this out. So they do Icy Wind me. That's a good bait there because I'm out of move and this is going to be the hardest hitting move. So good bait there. Don't think it matters in the ending because Articuno is too glassy. I've used it multiple times before. Haxorus, so decent counter user, right? So this is kind of where you probably want to see a counter user as well. Although Virizion has fun against counter users. Not fine against dragons. With the, well, double kick Sacred Sword is fine. They get the break and swipe off, which is fine. I'll probably take a second one and then reset here. So they shield the first one, that's fine. I'm going to probably just load up on energy and then take this move and reset on Cobalion. I kind of have to, and we both instant swap. You can't really come Virizion if you're running. You can come Virizion if you're using Stone Edge. You can't come using Sacred Sword, Leaf Blade, because then you can just get destroyed by too many Pokemon. But if you had a Stone Edge, you can at least hit for neutral on Giratina and super effective on Charizard and stuff like that. But with Sacred Sword, Leaf Blade, you got nothing. You got nothing for those. You got nothing for Galvantula. You got nothing for a bunch of stuff. So that is why you have to use Cobalion even in like not amazing matchups, save swaps. I try to get out. They eventually catch on the Haxorus, but I launch a Sacred Sword, so that is going to grab the last shield, and now I can snipe here. This, if it doesn't take it out, it's going to put it in like the deep red, and they quit because, yeah, they just burned a shield, and I just one-shot them. So Virizion, this is one where I will stay in and see if they throw the move and if it is a Leaf Blade. Because if it's only a Stone Edge, this is a very good matchup. If it's a Leaf Blade, it's a bad matchup, right? Because Stone Edge is going to take multiple Stone Edges to take me out. 3, right? Sacred Double Kick is super resisted. They eventually come in Crest. So this is an interesting one. I can live 1 Grass Knot here. Get 1 Shadow Ball off. I'll probably stay in. Okay, so they let it go. So now I don't have to stay in as much anymore. Yeah. I kind of had to, if they shielded, I would have to stand and throw another Hexen's Shadow Ball because I couldn't do anything here. Now, resisted Psycho Cuts low enough that I can just Stone Edge this. This is way more comfortable once I got that Shadow Ball off. So I'm fine coming in here. Stone Edge, that's fine. Not enough takeout. I'll have to take a Moonblast. I'll live. Farm down with Double Kick. They still have 2 shields though. And Virizion. But this is good chip here. They may just kind of farm down. I don't know if they can before I get to another move though. Yeah, I would have got to another move, so that's a good throw there, or else it's kind of like a waste of a shield. So take me out, but that just means I come my own Virizion. It is a Granbull, but thankfully it is a Granbull that's running Snarl, and the only moves they really run are Crunch's Close Combat. And I call that they're not going to, if they're throwing right away, if you're, I'm going to stop that there. If you're going to be running Snarl Granbull, realistically 95% of the time, your moveset is going to be Crunch and Close Combat. In this matchup, Crunch is resisted because I'm half fighting. Close Combat's the only thing you could throw. You need to at least hold on to it and build up to 2 Close Combats and at least fake it. If you're, not that you wouldn't ever not throw it on your first, like you could, that's kind of a mind game there. Like you can go 3 Snarls and then throw a Close Combat right away. But lowering your defense substantially that early is probably pretty dumb, which is why I kind of realized it was going to be a Crunch. Which allowed me to just like take that. And I'm now going to get a second Leaf Blade off because this Leaf Blade is a super fast charging move. Granbull's pretty glassy. Now I'll probably respect a Close Combat. And it's just another Crunch. That's fine. But at least like that one, it like forced me to respect it. Could be a Close Combat here. Maybe they're just running single move, or maybe they're just baiting me. I don't know. Either way, this Leaf Blade, not quite enough to take out. Virizion comes in. I don't know how much energy it has, so I'm just going to take this out. Because I think that I can force them to, if they have a Close Combat, I can force them to throw here. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, just take them out. Jellicent against Tapu. So this is a good matchup overall. So I will stay in for a while for sure. And this is why I like Jellicent on the lead. It's just so sort of tanky, and it has a lot of good matchups that you don't need to rush out if you don't want to. Could be a Moonblast. You can live a Moonblast. I assume that there's no reason to not throw the Moonblast there. Like, it's a very, very risky bait on a super tanky Jellicent. So I'm just going to stay in to get this off. And they let it go. Which, I mean, they have shield advantage. So Cobalion comes in, which I end up catching a Stone Edge here. That seems rough for them. So I catch a Stone Edge. I was like, if you're coming, the thought process was there's no reason that you come into Cobalion against a Jellicent unless you're weak to Jellicent in the back. So at that point, I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to, I could have caught a Stone Edge on Cobalion too. But if I missed time that and they were to Sacred Sword me a bunch, that would just take out my Cobalion. So I made that risky catch on Virizion. I do get taken out. Cobalion's taken out, that's fine. I am going to shield here because this is low enough that I can probably just go straight Surf now, and their Cobalion's low enough that I can maybe just double kick Sacred Sword and I'll probably grab shields here. So I come in here immediately because I think I want to grab that last shield and basically force them to dump their energy, right? They're not going to be able to farm up to a Stone Edge here because I'm going to get a second Sacred Sword off. So they have to get rid of me before I take them out, right? So this forces them to just dump their energy, which means that I know I have such a huge advantage because it's going to take a while to get to Stone Edge. It's going to take at least probably another 4, maybe 3 more double kicks. The problem is they will get to that before I get to another move. So I have to kind of just take this out here because I really don't want to take a Stone Edge. Because I think I can do... If they hit me with the Future Sight and take me out, then I just threw this game. Okay, I do win anyways. Looking back on that right there, I think I would play that differently. One is I didn't... Obviously me, I do not know the counts and how much energy that Cresselia had. If I knew that that basically had like 2 moves away from a Future Sight, I know Stone Edge is not going to take me out. Stone Edge will not take me out. Psycho Cut's not going to take me out. So if they Stone Edge me, I'm still got like a decent amount of red. They can't Psycho Cut me. They need to throw a move. They're running Future Sight, Moonblast, I think. So they had to charge up to that. Again, I didn't know how much energy they had. But since I know Stone Edge wasn't going to take me out, what I probably should have done is built up to 2 Surfs so I could have just gone back to back there. In the end, didn't matter too much. But yeah, probably should have played that a little differently. So Pidgeot Lead is tough. And this is why I think, I forget the original team, but A9 makes somewhat sense. And the fact that you're going to destroy Giratina. No, A9 does not make sense because then you're triple weak to fire. I keep saying A9, but A9 would make you triple weak to fire here. So maybe Jellicent or something does make sense, but it just makes it tricky because you are super weak to like Pidgeot here. Pidgeot's going to destroy this whole team. I can land a Stone Edge, and if I had double Stone Edge, it would be better here, but I only have 1 Stone Edge, so I got to just go Sacred Sword, still neutral because it's half normal. So I'm going to try and get off a couple Sacred Swords here. I probably should have thrown a double kick there to not just give them the full. I think I was trying to play for the game mechanic there, where sometimes you get the move off before they get their fast move off. I think that's what I was trying to do there. But all that's happening here is they now just lower my attack times 2. Resisted Hex aren't going to do anything. These Surfs now aren't going to do anything. So what I think I need to do is, and they make a catch on their Jellicent. Nice catch. What I probably should have done is tried to burn the clock out a bit here. I still have 2 shields, which is great. I think what I'm going to try and do here is just double shield, come out with 2 Surfs. But they bait me, so nice bait. Coming in here, hoping that's not a Shadow Ball. I mean, if it is a Shadow Ball, that's fine because that's Ice Beam. What a mad person. Ice Beam, Surf, Jellicent. No kidding. Well, I know I don't need to shield. The problem is I'm basically in wing attack range if I... And they come... Oh, that was a really nice snipe there. Because they know if I had 2 Surfs back to back without getting that move through, it's close. But now it's just I have no chance. So I think well played on my opponent's part there. It's tough though. Like it's a tough matchup. And you know what this team is? Poliwrath, and I just know this one's using Muck. Just Snarl, Dark Pulse, Sludge, all resisted, right? I know that their second Dark Poison is going to have play, right? If this is the Poliwrath Dark Poison team, which I expect, they will have more play in the back with their second poison against my grass. So I am farming up a ton here, and I wouldn't be surprised if I try and save this. Not anymore. This thing's spammy. Holy smokes. The fact that Cobalion's now taken down to the red against something that had nothing to throw at it is kind of... So I am going to bank it. Yeah, that's not surprising. And this is just knowing your opponent's team, right? I'd seen this team 100 times already. Not 100, but it felt like 100. I know that it was a poison dark. I know poison would be resisted. I know I can get a bunch of surfs off, and I know I have Virizion with a leaf blade for the Poliwrath. So basically, I am chipping the crap out of this. Still have multiple Sacred Swords on my Cobalion to take the rest of this out if they take me out here. But it looks like this is going to force them to burn a shield here because they have a ton of energy. And at this point, I have double Sacred Sword, so I can just come in and Sacred Sword, and then I have my Virizion with shield advantage on their Poliwrath. Right? So this is just a good team read. That is a good catch. That is a good catch. Sort of all for naught, though, in the ending. Could be Ice Punch. Could be Ice Punch, so I probably will shield once. I am going right up to 5 because I'm going to... They don't know what my moveset is, so I'm going to kind of just like surprise them, hopefully. Surprise did not work, but surprise, I'm already at 2, so this will take them out. Goodbye. I think I can live a Sludge Bomb. As long as they don't get farmed down. Yeah. And that is how you deal with that team. With this team. It's just knowing the team, right? And just being able to read it and trying to bank that. So Virizion Lead. Again, I will stay in this matchup until I figure out whether they have Leaf Blade or Stone Edge. They're throwing right on 3, so this could be Leaf Blade. I'll let the first one go. So it is a Leaf Blade, which makes this a little trickier. Because now I either have to come Mirror Match and make myself risky in the back, which I'm going to do. Or I had to like try and catch a Leaf Blade on the Cobalion, but then they could have just stayed in and double kick Sacred Sword me. And lo and behold, hello. I did go up to 5, and they don't know my moveset. So they could just assume this is Stone Edge and I'll grab a shield back. And I do. So if you don't have Stone Edge, you got to at least fake it. So I faked a Stone Edge. Got a shield and chip, right? So it's not bad. It's not bad. Problem is, this thing is loaded. Blast Burn's probably going to put me in the very, very deep red, if not take me out. So I probably need to shield here, yeah. And now the swing attack, I'm in a tricky situation here. I got to hope I live, which I should. And I got to hope I get a surf off. And I got to hope they let this go. That's basically one of my only win conditions. If they shield, I'm screwed here, I think. Okay, so good. I got to get out of here immediately. The problem is, this is still not a good matchup. I'm doing neutral. They're doing super effective. And now I'm going to have to shield this and hope they don't get to one more. And it is a Stunfisk in the back, which is not good when your shield's down and you're half steel. Right, because now they can just Earthquake me. So this game's over. Hope my switch timer's up. It is not. It's this game. I guess I should stop shaking. I do get a surf off here. I don't remember that. I played these games like 4 weeks ago. Not quite enough to take it out. I think we have one more matchup here. And I'm actually doing pretty good shoutcasting of this. Okay, I'm guessing Cobalion safe swap immediately. Okay, this is one where I actually have Stone Edge. I don't think it's worth the bait here. Like, bait is risky. I'd rather just go for the Stone Edge and grab a shield or take it out. And if I get taken out here, that's fine. Do I flip switch here? Or grab a second shield and take the... I remember this. Sort of. I think I get to the Stone Edge. And I'm like, I'm at the Stone Edge. I think I can... Oh. And they baited, which is dumb. Never bait. And now, even if this one is a bait, they're going to not have any energy left and I have a Stone Edge. So I just flip switch. And then Ampharos is going to have a tough time against a Virizion. So that is why I flip switch. I can get to a Stone Edge if they don't throw here. So a good throw right before I get to it. But now jellicent is basically a sacrifice at this point. Try and do some chip on this with some shuttle balls here. Just take whatever move. I mean, I have no shields, but just take this. And as soon as you see the Ampharos get into your Virizion, do get a shuttle ball off here, which is great. Puts this in Leaf Blade range. Electric, Dark, Trailblaze. Unless they, as I was say, their only option is if they have a Focus Blast. Everything else is resisted, right? Electric is resisted. Trailblaze as a grass is resisted. Dark Pulse, Dark or Brutal Swing as a dark is resisted because of the fighting. So now it's just an easy farm down. I mean, that double attack boost has got them quite a lot down, but end up taking that. So that is a team. Like I said, I'm just going through all the teams of mine that I did, which I have a couple more Ultra League teams, and then looking at the submitted battles. So I'm going to do that. I did 2 today. I'll do 2 tomorrow. Realistically, my goal is 2, 2, and 2, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Problem is, of course, not a problem, but the new season will be dropping news sometime either today, tomorrow, worst case scenario, Wednesday. Realistically, it's coming either today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. I'm guessing tomorrow when I'm at work in the office. So just be aware that I may not get all to the submissions this season, and it's going to be potentially tough to showcase them next season if there's a huge update. But we'll see. I will cover that move update when it happens. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.